Nordkap is a Swedish treasury management company. Thanks to its exclusive dedication to the commercial real estate segment, the business has captured 80% of the market in its home country and is now bringing its expertise to the UK. My guest is Fredrik Eriksson. Fredrik, introduce us to Nordkap and the services you offer to your customers.
We offer a risk and debt management system for the commercial real estate space. We started back in 2011, and what we've seen historically is that the people working in the functions of treasury work with a lot of manual entry, keeping track of what debt is maturing, when is it maturing, and keeping track of all the cash flows that goes on within the debt structure of a portfolio. What we do is we automate that process, so the interests are automatically updated, so they can easily access reports at their fingertips with a click of a button. And therefore, rather than spending time entering manual data and searching then in formulas for errors, they can focus their time proactively in strategically managing risk and the business on an ongoing basis.
I mentioned your incredible market share. Why do so many CRE companies choose Nordkap?
They use us predominantly for a great customer service. They use us for the product support we have in the back, but also simplicity and the ease of use and the user friendliness of our product. It's a SaaS solution, meaning it's a system that where you can log in, you can access the data, and everybody has access to the same data. So it's sort of syncing up in a way that makes it very, very easy. It's a user-friendly system, it's intuitive. And when a CFO leaves, or a treasury manager or a finance director leaves, they usually go to a company that might not have Nordkap and they bring it with them. So that allows us to, broaden our spectrum in that way as well. So it's a lot of word to mouth, and that's been really, really rewarding.
So how much of an impact does working with Nordkap have on these companies?
Well, we did some analysis a few years back with a consulting firm just to kind of validate, how do the companies work and what is the impact of their business. And we noticed that they save actually around 30% in risk, just standalone, using our system. They save about 15% in just time savings, going from a manual process into an automatic system. And in fact, using one of our modules when it comes to the swap transparency and so forth, they're being able to save roughly 1% in interest rate cost.
Yeah, as you say, it is a modular system that you offer. How does this work for your customers?
We want to make sure we have a system that works for the customer, that they don't pay for a bunch of extra features that they don't use. We want to work with, of course, large companies, but we want to grow with the company as they start out in the business. It could be a spin-off where you have maybe a company that only have 3 to 5 buildings. They might not have a very sophisticated need when it comes to the management of the debt, more than keeping track and get the right reporting, the right metrics of the portfolio. But over time, as you grow and develop over years, we can turn more and more features on for you that are more sophisticated and that they can use as they become larger. So we can have clients, for example, that initially when they come in, they don't have access to the capital market. They might not even use hedging. But over time, as they grow, they can now start accessing the capital market or maybe want to start hedging their portfolio in some ways. And that's where we really can help.
Thanks for watching. Learn more at nordkap.se. Click now to find out how the company is adapting its offering to the UK market, and please subscribe for the latest international business insights from worldfinance.com.